It's your decision, not theirs. A lot of the time, y'all, in life, we forget that we constantly are making decisions and have the ability to make decisions that align with the lives that we actually want to live. We get wrapped up in other people's decisions and what they're doing and forget that we're also making a decision to focus on them and give them our current energy. The same energy we could be pouring into making a decision that makes us feel better. What is a decision? A decision is the conscious or unconscious awareness of making a choice, of choices, of choosing. We always have a choice to either stay in our comfort zone or to step out and take a risk, to smile at ourselves today or to tell ourselves that we are unworthy and be ungrateful for the endless potential that we are wasting within ourselves. We always have a decision. There's always a decision to make. And sometimes that could be a little overwhelming, only depending on how you decide to look at it. It's also liberating to know that no matter what I'm going through, I always have the ability to make a decision, to act on something physically with my hands, my arms, my body, or just alone with my mind. I can choose another thought that leads me to a greater action or another action. Sometimes our thoughts will lead us into lesser action or actions that aren't really truly aligned with what it is that we desire. So this is why it's very important to tap into your emotions and ask yourself, how am I feeling? How am I feeling about myself? How am I feeling about my life? How am I feeling about what I am doing at this point in time? And not so much about how am I feeling about what they're doing, or how am I feeling about how they're feeling, or how am I feeling about what they are thinking, because they are an individual aspect of the whole greater collection of creation. We are all part of the collective. Us as individual human beings and just beings of the universe are part of the grander picture, the big picture of God, ultimately, the universe, whatever it is that you believe in, that higher power, that ultimate source of creation that made all of this possible and that continues to make it all possible through each individual aspect. We are all an individual aspect of the divine creator, and we were brought here to create the lives and the realities that we actually choose, and not to be bombarded by what someone else is choosing for us. We must take control back of our own abilities and know that we always have a decision to make. We are always in the place to be able to make a decision that suits us, a choice that fits us. But this is where it gets scary, because a lot of us feel as though we can't make our own decisions. Why? Because when we were first born, we had people making decisions for us. And in the sense of someone making a decision for us, we get a false sense of comfortability because we are not accountable, or we allow to give our own accountability over to someone else, until you realize that it just doesn't feel as good for someone to make a decision for you versus you making your own decisions in life. Yes, your parents, your friends, or someone out there with more wisdom or experience than you may be able to grant you with a decision or help in making a decision. But those decisions from external forces do not always align with what you have going on internally. And sometimes they do. So we must appreciate it. We must appreciate the decisions that others are making on our behalf sometimes. However, when a decision that is being made in your life is no longer sitting well with you, it is your choice to make a new and conscious decision to move in the direction that will bring you greater joy, that will bring you into greater connection with who you really are and who you were brought here to be. Don't forget to make that decision. Don't be afraid to change the person that you once were. We are constantly in a state of change. You are not that same newborn baby that needed help every step along the way. You are now grown, able to comprehend complex conversations and make statements on your own, to write out your own plans and execute them. And the more you live in this life experience, the greater that power becomes, the more you give energy to the fact that you are making a decision in every moment. You regain your power back. So don't forget to tap into your heart on a regular basis and make that decision to speak up for yourself, to take new action, to step out of your comfort zone when you feel comfortable enough to do so, to take risks, to change. Because what is life without change? And everything that we have, down to this car, down to this phone that I'm recording on and that you're watching this video on, someone had to take a risk. Someone had to be willing to change. Someone had to make the decision in order for all of this to be. So remember, your decisions and our decisions as a collective matter. So make that decision that aligns you with greater harmony within yourself and harmony out into the world. I love you.